welcome back to Main Street Living. With all the division in our country over the past few months, it seems like we are moving farther and farther apart from each other. But a project in Topeka, Kansas is working to change that with the belief that creating a better future starts with individual relationships in our neighborhoods.
That's right. The Mosaic Partner Pairs project is breaking down barriers and uniting the community one relationship at a time. So here to talk about it, please welcome Karen Hiller and Dr. Beryl New. Welcome to Main Street Living, ladies.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So Dr. Beryl, I'm going to start with you. You are just about to graduate the first class of Mosaic Partner Pairs in Topeka. What has been the goal of Mosaic Partner Pairs?
We are so excited. When we launched this project, we were not sure what the outcome might be, but as we are listening to feedback from participants, we're excited that it's apparent that this is working. The goal is to allow two individuals who are the same on the inside, but look different from the outside, and perhaps have experienced different life experiences, to come together, find out about their similarities, and then move forward to bridge other communication gaps within Topeka, Kansas.
Right. Now, I love that. I love that, Dr. New and Karen. The Mosaic Partner Pairs project is a part of Topeka United. So, how did this come about?
What happened is that we had a group that you've met before, Brown v. Board Sumner Legacy Trust, who did the 65th anniversary of the Brown v. Board case here in Topeka in 2019. And that was 11 days. And over the course of that, we had recruited some facilitators and speakers, and we asked them to come and meet after that was over at least one time to do the debrief, of course, but also to say, is this the right time for us to try and advance this vision of Brown v. Board? And unanimously, the answer was yes. And so we spent that summer in 2019 creating Topeka United, a movement, doing mission, vision, and guiding principles with in mind that we would get some public communication going, our first year's work plan, and second, see if we could get this Mosaic Partner Pairs program funded and rolling by 2020 in Topeka, and we did that.
Nice.
You absolutely did that.
Nice.
Yeah. Very diverse group in Topeka United, as well as then, of course, a goal of total diversity in everything we did.
We love that. We love that. So Dr. Beryl, I love what you mentioned about trying to find similarities with people we might not think we have those. How does the Mosaic Partner Pairs work? How are they paired up?
So as I said, it's kind of a two-stage level of connecting individuals. So one is based on external characteristics, and then one is based on internal similarities. So in order to do that, the participants take an interest survey, personal inventory survey, and it talks about ways in which they are different on the outside, and perhaps even the different lived experiences. Then the second way is through ISPI is what they call it, but it's kind of like a strengths assessment, or if you've taken a personality traits assessment, then they take those results and put it in some kind of algorithm, and then they base the way they match people up on their internal match, their similarities, and their external match, which would be their differences. And it works.
Yeah, and when it comes to, bridging the gap and or bringing people together, that can be one part of the whole thing, right? But Karen, how are you hoping that the project changes the community? Because I know that that's a different dynamic.
Well, the whole project is built on the fundamental that you can only create, the only way you can create lasting social change is one relationship at a time. And when you think about it, when we are hiring, when we're looking for volunteers for our project, when we're considering what to get engaged in the community, we start with people we know. And if we don't know anybody in a certain sector or group, we tend to steer away from that. And so the idea is that you broaden very fundamentally the key things that come out of this relationship of partner pairs, been demonstrated in the past, and we're seeing it now, is that you build mutual understanding of the other person's life and their circle. You build trust, and you build a lasting, lifelong friendship, a deep friendship. And when you have that, Then when somebody says, well, do you know anybody who we could recruit for X or Y? Or
Yeah.
what about getting involved in this? Instead of the way it was before, you say, well, I know somebody. Let me call my friend. That's what we do,
Awesome.
right?
Absolutely. And Karen, when I'm thinking about this, it's got to be a very tough time to do this. It's a very divisive time in our country, whether it's COVID actually keeping us apart or it's political issues or what have you. So even though it's a tough time, is it not kind of a uniquely perfect time for something like this, Dr. Beryl?
I would agree. And I would agree that it's both. It's a tough time, but it's also the perfect time. It's the perfect time because I think the social climate is ripe for people to begin having discussions about events they're seeing on their television or on Facebook or that others are sharing with them. There's a way to talk, there's a place to talk, and talking sometimes can really bring true understanding. But it's a tough time because we're in the COVID climate, and some people don't want to meet face to face. Others can't wait to meet face to face. So coming up with that balance and keeping people from being in front of a TV screen in the evening if they've been in front of it all day at work, and they want to come together, but they're restricted as to where and how. It is a tough time, but somehow our participants have managed to address those issues and get over them to the point where they can communicate.
Yeah, that is it's such a relief to hear and also see that there are people out there working to bring people together in the Mosaic Partner Pairs project. Karen, how can viewers get more information about it?
If they want more information, I would refer them to our website, topekaunited.org, which it looks like is up on the screen. We also have a Topeka United Facebook page, which is much more day-to-day, current issues, observations, and exchange. So I would say look for Topeka and make sure it's Topeka United, or else you get the city or United Way. So topekaunited.org.
And get it right.
Thank you very, very much, Dr. New, and also Karen, for stopping by. And thank you for doing what you're doing. We need it.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. All right, Danielle, up next, we continue connecting with our neighbors, and this time it's for those in need. So stay right there. You'll see why.